Today's video is going to be about arguing with women. As an alpha male, you don't lessen your power or stoop down to where a woman is at and give her all your power by arguing with her. You're supposed to be an alpha male, a real alpha male, or a man, an alpha male man, a red pill man, is understanding that he is firm and adamant in his decision making, his actions, and what he says. You don't stoop down to any woman's level, any person's level to argue with them. There's a book by Robert Dunhill, I think, and it's called Working with the Law. And one of the laws is the law of non-resistance. If you argue with a woman, you're realizing that you're making her your resistance. You're stopping who you are. You're stopping what you're doing to argue with her. You get what I'm saying? You don't want to stoop down to anyone's level to argue with them, let alone a woman. A woman is an emotional creature, so she's going to try and argue with you and go against you to make you not firm in your thoughts, your decision making, and what you're doing in your actions. As an alpha male, you should be firm in that, adamant, unmoved. You get what I'm saying? Arguing with a woman isn't good. Arguing with a woman isn't strong. Arguing with a woman is a weak behavior. It's like a feminine trait of a man. That's not something that an alpha male would do. That's not something that any argument. An argument is meant to be won. You're meant to argue when you really have something to prove. But if you're adamant in your decision and you're adamant in who you are and what you're doing, you need not argue. That means as an alpha male, you need to make it known that, I've already made my decision. This is what I think. Even if you're I fucked the bitch. Even if you got caught cheating with your side bitch, I fucked the bitch. I did what I did. Now what are you going to do about it? You know what I mean? Arguing with her is not going to do anything. Arguing with her is not going to change anything. Arguing with her is not going to make her feel how you went for her to feel. Let her feel how she's feeling. She's entitled to that. And you need to let her feel how she's feeling and cool off and do whatever, so this way she can try to understand it. If you argue with her, because a man thinks logical, a woman doesn't think logical. If you argue logical with her, she's going to, what the fuck? Obviously, if you don't understand it, you're going to try to make sense of it, so she's going to argue with you. So as a man, as an alpha male, be adamant and firm in your decision making and your actions and everything that you're doing. Don't be moved by arguing with a woman. Don't stoop down to her level. That's like getting down on both your knees and next to a little person, I'm not sure what to call a vertically challenged person, and having a fist fight with them. You get what I'm saying? That's basically what it's like. You don't want to do that. So arguing with a woman, that's not an alpha trait. You don't argue with women. You don't argue with women. That's not how it's done. You don't do that. That's not alpha. That's not player. That's not cool, bro. Don't argue with women. You know what I'm saying? Don't lessen your power and lessen your strength and lessen who you are to argue with a woman. That's foolish. That's a foolish-minded thing. I feel like that's not how you treat a woman. If you have to argue with her, to be honest, if you have to argue with her frequently, kick her to the curb, bro. She's not worth it. I'm going to keep it a beam. She's not worth it. If you got to argue with her a lot, kick her to the curb. She ain't worth it. Because that means she's not complying with you. She's going against who you are and what you're doing. Either that or she doesn't want you around, to be honest. But usually as alpha male, the women come around you. You don't come around the women. Women come around me. I don't go around the women. You know what I'm saying? The women come around me. They want to hang with me. Women will gravitate towards you when you're an alpha and when you're doing what you're doing, you're on your purpose and you're taking care of what your responsibilities, your business, and you're handling that. And you're always focused on what you're doing, because that's what makes you an alpha. The two things make you an alpha, make a man an alpha. One, being on your purpose, handling your business, and then two, knowing how to appreciate a woman. You get what I'm saying? So when you can do the first one, then the second one will come. And when you're doing the first one, women will gravitate towards you. And then that's when you appreciate the women, and that's when you learn how to deal with women. You get what I'm saying? If you're arguing with a woman, that means that she's going against who you are. Don't let somebody come up and try to distract you from what you're doing. Don't let somebody come up and try to take your power away or lessen your character. You know what I mean? That means if she's arguing with you because of the decisions you're making, obviously there's two things. You're not asserting yourself or asserting like, this is what I'm doing, this is who I am. And then two, You're not like sorry, I had a little fuzz in my mouth. You're not letting it be known to the woman like your pal, like who you are, like and what you're doing. You know what I mean? You're not letting it be known to her. If she knows you're an alpha, a woman will know you're alpha. If she knows you're going to cheat, she knows you're going to fuck around. You should assert. She should know that. You should assert that to her. Like, man, you're not my woman. You're not my bitch. You're not none of that. You know what I mean? We just fucking. You should assert that. And she should know that. You know what I'm saying? You should assert what you're going to do. First off, don't be predictable to a woman. Don't be predictable, because if she can predict what you're going to do, then you know it's all, you're already fucked. If she can predict what you're going to do, that just technically bumps you down to beta male status. Like she's like, yeah, well, I know he's gonna do that. I know he's gonna do this. Don't be predictable. She shouldn't know if you fucking Friday night, Thursday, or Sunday night. She shouldn't know that. You know what I'm saying? Just always leave that in a woman's mind. Unpredictability. You know, if you're predictable, that's one of the 48 laws of power. You know, you don't want to be predictable. You know, and if a woman can predict. If a woman can't predict what you're doing, you know, that leaves that uncertainty in her mind. It's gonna make you a lot more seductive to her. You know, that's another Robert Greene, the law of seduction. You know what I mean? Seduction. If you leave that uncertainty in her mind, you know, it's gonna make you a lot more sexy to her. You know, and seductive. And allow you to fuck her a lot easier. You know, she'll gravitate towards you a lot more. And then off of that, you know, you'll learn how to deal with a woman. You'll know what to do with her. So, don't argue with women. That's the number one. You know, that's one of the number ones. It's like 10 number one. There's like 10 number one. There's 10 things that you should absolutely. There's ground rules with women. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go over those in another video. But yeah, arguing with women is out. Don't argue with women, bro. A real alpha, a real man doesn't argue with women, let alone anybody. You don't want to argue. If you know you're right, be right. Don't argue. You know, don't argue. When you're right, you're right. You don't even have to. The rightness and being right is the resistance opposed to the ignorance and the being wrong. You know what I'm saying? Just be right. Eventually she'll realize like, wow, you're right. Or wow, you fucked that bitch. Wow, she is kind of fire. She's doing something I'm not doing. Or she's hot. Or maybe make her get sick. Maybe you fuck this bitch. Maybe you fuck Jessica because Danica isn't as hot as Jessica. And maybe you fuck Jessica because Danica isn't as hot as Jessica. But maybe Danica doesn't dress up or wear a certain dress or look a certain way and do her hair a certain way like Jessica does. Maybe you might like that show. And then she'll look and see like, wow, like maybe I need to be a little more like Jessica. You get what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So put that in your mind, you know? You gotta put that in your mind. Let that sit in your mind. Don't argue with women, man. I'm gonna leave y'all with this today, man. Drop some comments in the comment section and give me some more topics for the next video. Welcome to Alpha Admiration, teaching you how to gain the admiration of an alpha, how to be an alpha, men's lifestyle, and men's dating and relationship advice. So drop some comments in the comment section and tell me what you think, and leave some more topics for me to speak about or talk about.